We're doing this with a face cam. I just thought to myself, why not? I want to do more face cam videos, and also in the case of this video, I need to hold myself accountable for what I'm about to unleash onto the world. If you've read the title of the video, then I apologize. You can blame your curiosities, not my decision making. Anyway, I showed you a glimpse of Pandora's box via a YouTube poll, and I was asking what analog horror entities you could definitely breed. Oh man, you all delivered. Maybe a little too much, but oh well, here we are. I've chosen a bunch of entities you all shared with me, and I'll go through them and we can find out if you could breed them together. I can't believe I'm doing this. Anyway, like, subscribe, hit the hype the video, yeah, hype the video, totally, check out my Patreon, YouTube members, etc. And let's dive into this Pandora's box. Analog horror entities you could definitely breed. You know, I never really thought about my neighbors as well. I hope they're not listening. Anyway, so what is breeding? God help me. So, you know, what does it mean? What does it mean to breed someone? What does that mean? I've got some notes here, so it can refer to the birds and the bees, or just the deed with no creation of life. The way it's portrayed is in a way like some weird internet kink kind of way, which first of all, grow up. All right, wanting to create life or wanting someone to do that with you is not a kink. Grow up. And we have a great question / clarification from top tier Patreon member Joel Matthew Colgrove, who says, oh, thank you, by the way, Joel, thank you very much, who says, like animal husbandry breeding or Vaporeon breeding. Also, Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year indeed. I've had to look up some questionable things to answer the first part of the comment, and I have my notes here on what all of this stuff is. So, fun fact, animal husbandry is the act of selective breeding to pass on desirable genetics in livestock. I thought it would be much worse than what that is, but it's not too bad. And an also fun fact, Vaporeon breeding. And you know what? Maybe I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna get into that. Don't search it up either. Anyway, so that answers that question. That answers what breeding is, all clarified. There we go. So I guess the closest thing to what we're doing would be the latter for the most part, I suppose. I don't know. Thank you again, to Joel. Thank you. Thank you again. Let's get to it. So our first entity comes from Al the Poss, and he says, I'm gonna turn the boiled one into the bred one. And what can I say? What an incredible sentence. We all know what the boiled one is.
Put a finger down if you wanna fuck me.
In case you don't, it's a cognito-hazardous demon that haunts and feeds on people, all while putting them into a pseudo-coma of sorts. Yeah, so, oh my god. So appearance-wise, look at it, as you can see here, it's like a tower of flesh, which might sound tantalizing to some, but I assure you, it would not. Don't think about it that way. And that brings me to this weird hole in its stomach, or something. That's the first thing that caught my mind. I guess. It convulses. Yeah, it looks like it has muscle control over that convulsing. Another question I had was, can it grip? I mean, there'd be only one way to find out, right? And if you're brave enough to do so, you know, good luck to you, man. Yeah. Watch out for that hand though, you know, the weird hand that it has. Yeah, I don't want to find out what that does. It looks like it moves very fast, so I wouldn't go near that. Or maybe if you're brave, no. Yeah, big hunk of flesh, weird convulsing hole. Conclusion, yeah, if you're brave enough. So, breedable. Oh my god. All right, next up we have the Mimic, and if you notice me looking at my my laptop a lot, I do have notes, little dot points here, but I also have the image of the thing so I can I can really visualize everything. We have the United Nations Space Command, this user. Thank you for your comment. He says, okay, the Vita Carnis mimic can develop more human features over time naturally. Hear me out. Thanks for putting that image in my head. What? Do we want to hear you out? Don't worry, I'll do all the talking for you. It's fine, it's fine. Let's analyze this. So this reminds me a lot of that Ditto from Detective Pikachu. You know, the secretary or whatever it was. I'll put it up on screen, but I don't like the implications of having a Ditto be, you know, transform into a human. Does that make sense? Do you see where I'm going with this? I don't like it. So I get the same feeling from hearing that the mimic can develop more human features. It's just like, it's like a Ditto that grows slowly. I don't like this. The implications. It's always the implications for this kind of stuff. So, and you'll see there's a lot of implications as the video goes on, but mimics in Vita Carnis do look human-like as they, you know, get older in their, is that the word, older, or is it as they, I guess they age? You know, just with their skin features are a bit weird. When they're younger, they don't really have skin. Some other notable features are that they can expand their bodies to intimidate, but can also contort their bodies to fit in tight spaces. The implications are there, man. The implications are there, and during their third stage of their life cycle, they can either become a humanoid or an elder mimic. Humanoids look the most human. Well, as I guess as human as they can be, they do look a bit, still look a bit uncanny, a little warped. Elder mimics, though, let's be real, they're not in the picture here. I think humanoid mimics would be the people we're focusing on here. Unless you're into this elder mimic kind of stuff, I'll pray for you tonight. That's about it, really. Yeah. You know, if the humanoid ones are a bit too human, the implications, of course, if you know what I mean, then I guess they would be breedable in that regard. However, Vita Carnis spawn from flesh piles, I suppose, or that, it's been a bit since I watched it, but you know, those piles of just flesh, whatever, that just comes out of nowhere. And that eventually becomes creatures, does it not? So that would mean they reproduce without the birds and the bees. They just do it themselves, they just grow. So why would humanoid mimics even have reproductive organs to begin with? Unless, of course, that's their next step in evolution to creating more Vita Carnis. So, can you breed them? I guess like with the boiled one, the bred one, the oiled one, if you're brave enough, then yeah, I suppose so. Great to know, good to know. All right, next up we have a comment from Greek DBW9014. Cracking Goji hard enough to make a dent in that suit, let me tell you. Fantastic, man. Well done. This brings up a big question on how the suit morphing works. So for those who don't know, this analog horror version of Godzilla has his suit actor completely morphed to fit the suit, and he never takes it off. Obviously, because he's become one with the suit. So the same thing happens to a few other suit actors, and I'll get into all that later. Anyway, we have a question to ask ourselves here. Does the actor still have his, his stuff? The morph in the suit would suggest maybe no, since the original Godzilla suit doesn't have, I guess, junk. So has it been blown off? Has it just exploded in the suit and become just a big pile of flesh? There it is again, flesh. Despite that, I'm pretty sure what's in the suit is just mush that can regenerate and wants America to pay for nuking Japan. There it is, mush. I don't like the way I've described that, but I mean, how else do you describe just meat chunks everywhere inside a suit that's just morphed to it? I hate the way that denting the suit sounds as well. Greek DBW, why would you say it like that? Why would you do that? Mighty strong snoo to be able to dent the suit, but in a disgusting way, I guess. Yeah, definitely breedable. I shouldn't give the thumbs up to that. And sticking to the topic of the man in the suit, we have Kano Toro 333 asking, cracking the woman in the Mothra suit would be wild. You know what? It sure would be. You can apply the same logic here as well. I mean, is this a fetish? All of these fetishes, suits, and I don't want to go into it. All right, we'll stick to this topic. Stick to one weird topic before another. Anyway, I'm not sure why you'd want to do this, or even really how. I mean, there's a will, there's a way. Breedable. Next up is personally my favorite analog horror entity, and that is, well, told in a comment by Galactic Amethyst 8528. Kazuma Kiryu takes top spot for real. Analog horror entity, he's there. In every poll, in every one of those polls, he's there. So can I take sole responsibility for turning Kazuma Kiryu into an analog horror entity? Pretty please. If, in case you don't know, he's the main character from the Like a Dragon and Yakuza game series. And if you really think about it, I guess anything can be turned into an analog horror entity, I suppose. Right? This is one creature we can confirm to have a weenie. He just hasn't used it in that certain way, canonically, but he does have a weenie, so congratulations, Kiryu. You're breedable. Next up, we have a comment from Five Nights of Stop Motion. Thank you, and thank you to everyone else who's commented. That just commented on the post in general. Your comments that have come in that are on the video. Thank you all. If I missed your comment or I didn't read yours out, either someone else talked about it or we have too much we're already talking about, and it could be for a future video. Oh God. Anyway, Five Nights of Stop Motion says, Statue of Liberty, Monument Mythos. Now, I had to think real hard about this one, because admittedly, I haven't watched much of Monument Mythos, so I needed to scrap up on my knowledge. And basically, in this universe, America's statues and monuments were made to be feeding grounds for horrors beyond human comprehension, or something like that. What I've said is very diluted and a very summarized description, but you get the gist. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Statue of Liberty feeds part of the horned serpent, which used to be George Washington before he developed American Wonderland syndrome. I think that from what I've gathered. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section, but so if you're doing anything nasty to the Statue of Liberty, then really you're touching the serpent, man. Since the serpent is George Washington transformed, then does he have those kind of parts down there? Unfortunately, I've had to ponder that question, and unfortunately as well, I have no reason to say no. I have no reason to say yes either. It's debatable, so I'd still lean more to yes. Despite that, I see no reason for him to have any kind of reproductive organs, but breedable. Next up is a comment from, forgive me for getting this pronunciation wrong, I don't know what I'm looking at, but Zegada Koti. There you go. He says, finna tap that wood crawler. What do you see? What do you see, Zegada Koti? What do you see? What do you see in this thing? What draws you towards this thing? What do you see? What do you see what we don't see? Is it the fact that they kidnap humans to convert them into fake people, or that they enter their prey to turn them into fake people? That should raise a few eyebrows. Entering their prey. Sounds like we've got enough evidence here to point to yes, breedable, but these creatures are created by the iris and they're made to create fake people, but there's no sign or mention of reproduction in this process other than the iris creating them, but I don't think any sort of reproduction is going on in that. Let's just throw the iris in there as well and just say breedable. A giant, like, face-shaped, hole-shaped celestial being. I'll just put it in there, why not? Breedable, done, easy, boom. These creatures, obviously, like I said, created by the iris, and they're taking over the earth slowly, but there's no sign or mention of that reproduction in this process. So I'm not going more into this. I'm sorry to say, but it's a no. Wood crawlers, not breedable. It's our first definitive no, and I'm so proud of this community. All right, anyway, the Beansman 1524, is that a reference to Jerry Beansman from Yu-Gi-Oh? If so, pretty cool name. They say, Filbus is gonna eat more than a chair. In brackets, I'm so sorry.
Let's be real, you're not sorry.
And don't be sorry. This is what I'm here for. Don't you worry. Fuck Filbus. No, not in that regard. Not in that regard, but fuck Filbus. Unless, I mean, think about it. Filbus is this strange half-humanoid, half-chair hybrid, so I don't know how you would do anything other than getting Filbus to eat more than a chair. I guess you could eat his chair as well. And honestly, I think it's funnier if we say that you can breed him. So it's a yes for me. Don't try any of that with a chair in real life or a chair humanoid hybrid in real life either. I am not legally liable. Next up, we have a comment from Stupidity is my strong suit. The dinosaurs in prehistoric emergence. I mean, yeah. They're on par with Kiryu since they're just animals. I don't think we'd be doing the breeding ourselves. I mean, not in that way, but you know what I mean, right? That's where Joel's comment comes in clutch about husbandry breeding. Theoretically, you could start a farm and breed the creatures of the Emergence. Why? I don't know. I mean, to create genetically desirable dinosaurs? Hold up. That should raise a few eyebrows. I don't like those implications in the context of this video, but they're there. Here's a theory though. So the Dubber from the series is a unique and smart dinosaur. What if a Neanderthal slayed a T-Rex and a super smart hybrid was created? Food for thought. And Aizen, I know you're watching this, and just know that this is a freebie, all right? You can use that as a plot point in your series, don't you worry. It won't cost you anything. You can do it, buddy. I also got a comment from Aizen as well. I asked him about if they're breedable or not, and I guess, yeah, he feels the same way. Thank goodness. Yeah, he feels the same way. Basically saying the same things along my lines of just they're creatures. They breed to reproduce, so definitely breedable. Great job, everybody. Next comment we have is from Ducky99 Part 5. Patricia from The Moon Woke Up. She's called the birther of moons for a reason. I hate the implications of that, but thank you for pointing that out, truly. You know, it does bring up a good point, right? The comment just, it explains everything. There's an ominous and conspicuously placed hole in the center of it and tentacles, so... just had to point out the tentacles, didn't I? How would any of this work? It's enormous. Like, it's huge. It's unfathomably huge. How do you put anything anywhere? I guess it's like what's that saying? You throw a pea into a hallway or whatever. That kind of logic. But it does make children in the forms of these celestial beings. So there's got to be a way, right? If there's a will, there's a way, and that's science, baby. So therefore, breedable. All right, from there we have a comment from Group Lel Laki Bezekutu. If I didn't pronounce that right, apologies. But we have Gabriel about to find out what unholy truly means when I get my hands on him. And following this up, we have a comment by some guy 1894. The alternates, since they can only attack you if you're scared of them or something similar. And since they shift into people, you know, there's that. Truly, there is that. So let's group these two comments together and discuss. Alternates are the main antagonists of Mandela Catalogue, and they drive their victims mad to get them to off themselves or by physically beating them in rare cases. They want to eradicate humanity and are basically demons. Archangel Gabriel, aka Satan, and the Antichrist in this universe is the most recognizable threat alongside, I'd say, maybe, I don't know, the Intruder. The little funny looking guy. As we see, they're very humanoid in appearance, just with a lot of exaggerated features. These features are very noticeable, but they can be exaggerated elsewhere. I'm sure if they needed to, I'm sure if they did something like that, it would inflict someone with mad. I'm sure of it. It would drive someone insane. I am sure of it. But alternates having private parts, It doesn't really make sense, does it? Perhaps they're artificially made by Satan. What are the chances that they actually procreate with each other in some sort of sick and twisted mockery of life? I just realized I hit my microphone. I've never used a microphone like this before. This is fun. I like using this. Yeah, it's good. Oh, did I hit it again? I don't know, maybe it's a bit too high, but this is good. Anyway, back to on topic. Yeah, what are the chances they actually procreate with each other in some sort of sick and twisted mockery of life? I don't know, I feel like Satan just makes them, so it wouldn't really make sense, would it? Fuck it, whatever. Don't do that, but definitely breedable. All right, anyway, on to the next one. We got a comment by Flower Boy and then a little funny face. Vita Carnis, the meat snake. You know, the weather is so beautiful today. We got blue skies, a little bit of cloud coverage, not much. Everything is so nice, and this is what I'm choosing to do in my day. And you know what? With the meat snake, I gotta say yes, I suppose. But what about every other entity of Vita Carnis? I mean, again, chunks of meat, mushes of meat. I don't like the implications. I don't need to go there. I did propose a theory in a previous video that this is the next step for the Vita Carnis creatures. This sort of like human Vita Carnis hybrid, like an assimilation. I guess if things really did escalate to that, it would be more plausible. So definitely breedable. All right, next up, I wanted to just point out a little comment that I saw from Aren't They Happy? And they said, like the Doomslayer, I can take them all at once. You have a fucked up profile picture, by the way. What the fuck? Why would you do that to Clippy, man? I understand why everyone's changed their profile pictures to Clippy, but why'd you do that to him, man? You know, I feel like your profile picture just supports what you're saying. So I really don't have an argument or a way to come back or to try to argue against what you're saying, basically. Leave a comment down below if you could, just like the Doomslayer, take them all at once. Wait. Okay, wait. Okay, next one is, next comments from Reki. Come on, man, what is this name? Phaganax. Reki Phaganax, probably? Anyway, Reki Phaganax 1983. Maybe Bon from the Walten Files. It can be hard to outsmart Bon, okay, but it's manageable, maybe. Outsmart is definitely one way to put things, one way to describe things, okay? In a situation where you need to grind some gears with a possessed blue bunny animatronic mascot for a burger franchise, you know, I'm not gonna say no. I'm gonna say it's possible. I don't know what situation would warrant this. I'm not sure. Can you, whoever's editing this, it's probably me or whoever it is, just pull this up, pull up that clip of Chica from FNAF 2.
She is such a bad bitch though. I will fuck the shit out of that robot, man. I'm not even...
Does that explain things? I feel like that might give a bit more context and explanation to what we're talking about here from Bon from the Walten Files. Like what situation would warrant this regardless? How would you get yourself into this situation? Are you boinking? Are you boinking the suit or the soul stuck inside of it? These comments, what people said, really, for some reason, just really got me thinking. But if there's a will, there's a way. Breedable. Next up is a comment from John IB. The Deadlights, Gabriel Mandela Catalogue, Basswood County Mimics, Vita Carnis Mimics, Tulpas from Greylock, etc. I'm going to be focusing on just the Basswood County Humanoids here because I like the series a lot. And they're pretty similar to Mandela Catalogue's alternates, not exactly satanic, but they come from a different dimension kind of thing via a portal. And the other big thing is they wear their victims like a suit and slowly morph their appearance to look more human-like. So they wear humans, and if you go to get into a human, you're going inside them. So, you know, like I've said for a lot of these, the implications are there. Need I say more? What's that? I need to? Oh man. All right, so if a humanoid wears someone's skin and you go to town on them, what are you really doing? Who are you really doing? What am I really doing? Like, all right, jokes aside, that would be a disturbing scene. And I don't have the strength for this. I thought I did, but as I'm sitting here, I think to myself, like I said, I've thought too hard about this. I've put a lot of time into this somehow. Are you all having fun? What am I really doing? What am I doing here, man? But for reals, jokes aside, that would be a pretty disturbing scene. And I'm not strong enough to describe it, or I'm just, we'll just leave it at that. Breedable. Next up is a comment from Zach Animations N1W. Mona Lanius, and then that funny face. I just knew this one was going to appear, especially since this character, the painter from the Painter series, actively engages in naughty behavior, and I don't mean all that torturing and killing she does. I mean a little more, but on the sadistic, non-consensual kind of gross, deplorable, kind of disgusting kind of side. Speaking of, the series is finally over, and that was one hell of an ending. Hearing Mona talk about letting her orphanage dog do unspeakable things to her and stuffing a grenade in her vajiji to blow up herself and everyone else, or as many people as she can, up in court. That was not on my checklist of what's gonna happen at the end of this series, but there it was. I mean, other than that, I think the final episode tied everything together nicely and ends on a pretty chilling note. Firstly, people have complained about women rappers and comedians that talk about their pussies. And I just want to put it out there, can we route the distaste here too? I don't want to hear female murderers talk about their pussies either. All right, I don't want to hear them confess. Everything about those certain parts were just like, it was so weird to hear. I just thought I thought, what the hell? I think it makes sense for what we're watching, but it was just so weird to hear. The big pussy, the line "big pussy boom" reminded someone on my Discord server of that Black Ops 3 line, outcome, train go boom. A legendary line, and now we have outcome, big pussy boom. Anyway, spoilers, but Mona was kind of just the beginning of something that was possessing her, and that thing was whatever was in that self-portrait in the first episode, if you've ever watched it or remember that, which has now been revealed to us to be, I'm pretty sure, the devil, or maybe like Baphomet, or some sort of like Antichrist. Either way, we have a similar question to ask ourselves here that we asked while talking about the humanoids, and that is, who would you theoretically be doing? How does that work? Is it whoever is possessed and whoever is doing the possessing? Is it one or is it the other? Unfortunately, that still makes Mona breedable. Next up from here, we have ResMat69. Great number, by the way, great username. I'm cracking Stanley from SM64 Classified. Love heart, love heart. What? How? How would you even do that to a computer, like a computer or AI software? Like, what would you do if Stanley is a tortured and abandoned AI stuck inside hardware? Then I guess you can move him into something more crackable, I suppose, a humanoid form. Or not, you could just hump the computer, hump his hardware, I don't know. Science will have to take it that far. Better yet, why not transfer your consciousness into the hardware that Stanley is in and just give yourself a form and do what you gotta do, I guess. Multiple ways to further harass Stanley, therefore, breedable. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right at all, man. It doesn't sound right. But that's it. There we go. I did have an honorable mention that I wanted to say here. The honorable mention is the cameraman, the person behind all the footage we see recorded. Thank you, Block Destroyer Gaming, for pointing that out. Look, shout out to the cameraman and everything. We have no idea what they look like, but whoever you are, cameraman, I just want to say thank you for giving all of us all of this incredible footage and storytelling we see in front of us, and all of that is somehow culminated into this video where we ask ourselves, as what you've recorded, what you've shown us breedable. So thank you so much. Thank you, and thank you all for watching. It seems that we're, oh, hang on. We have one more honorable mention here. I only thought I added one. It's It's weird. It's this one from Nota Lamau. You. They say you. Like me? Hold on, there's a photo attached as well. I don't remember adding it. That is so weird. That's me. Like, how long ago was that? That was maybe like 30, 40 minutes ago. Whoa, that's weird when I was setting up everything. Okay, I'm just gonna go inside actually. That's okay. All right, well, I think we're gonna wrap things up here. Oh shit, dude, something's behind me, something's behind me. Oh my god. And in broad daylight as well. Usually this stuff happens at night. All right, anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you for your suggestions as well. This has been quite the funny video, honestly, to record. Maybe I'll do something like this again in the future. Anyway, if you have suggestions for analog horror entities, you can definitely breed. Leave it down in the comment section as well. I might make another post about this. Who knows? Anyway, before we finish up, I can't forget about the Patreon members and YouTube members. Thank you all, and a special thanks to our highest tier Patreon members, Joel Matthew Colgrove and La Creatura, and a big thank you to our highest tier YouTube member, Hammer Brother 13. Thank you all for your continued contributions, and thank you to everyone else too. You guys are absolute legends. Everything what I talk about, the stuff maybe is in the description. I don't know, XD. And I'll catch you in the next. Oh Jesus! And I'll catch you in the next one.